Good morning, YouTube. Today, I'm going to talk about cold weather and water for your chickens. Now, some people do heated waters. Some people just go out every hour on the hour and bust the water. I've heard people talk about putting bottles with salt water in it floating around in their water container. I've tried all these, and the salt water in the bottle really doesn't work. I'm not a fan of going out every hour on the hour and busting water. If you have regular waters, they get really cold, and sometimes when you're trying to take them apart, they get a hole poked in the top, and then that ruins the whole effect of the gravity flow of the water. So you can go through your plastic waterers really bad in the winter. My go-to is heated dog bows. They work so well. Run an extension cord, plug it in. They stay at a really low heat. The water don't even feel warm. And on really cold mornings, the only thing it will be is a ring of frost around the edge of the bow. And it holds quite a bit of water. I only have to fill it up once, sometimes twice a day. But I've got a lot of chickens running around here. My flock is back up to 40. I did have over 100, but I'm back down to 40. The only issues that I have with the heated dog bows is I also have ducks running around here. And ducks love to muck up water. But I keep them a kiddie pool. And most of the time they're in and out of it so much that it doesn't get a chance to freeze during the day. I just go out in the mornings with some hot water. I don't fill it real full, so it's not hard to get out the next morning. I pour some hot water from my big jug that I carry around, just enough to break it free, dump it, and then I pour a couple of jugs of water in it for the ducks, and hopefully that keeps them out of my chicken's water bowl. Now, my chicken's free range, and they do quite well in the day. We have hawk problems sometimes, but that's just that's a natural thing. I've pulled a little rooster, and I've pulled another little baney out of the claws of a hawk. And as you all know, you can kill a lot of things that are trying to kill your chickens, but falcons are federally protected, so you really can't hurt them. You can scare them away, but you really can't do anything to them. It's against the law, unfortunately. Scare them, make loud noises. I've heard some incredible things about keeping hawks away. Here I go. I went from water into hawks. I guess because hawks are on my mind right now with my flock. Some people say hang CDs in the tree. Some people say throw food out for crows and things like that, ravens, that they are a natural enemy of hawks. Flock dogs, the Great Pyrenees, if you can get them trained right, are great dogs to hang out with your flock. Believe it or not, I've got a really big black Staffordshire Terrier that is great. He'll go out and just circle around the house a lot of times when I feel like I'm having a hawk problem. And most of the time the hawk gets deterred by that. But hawks are pretty. They don't give up too easy. I'm at a lack for words of what I'm trying to say. They're hard to deter. They really don't want to quit. I mean, you can get right on them, and once they have their meal, they just don't want to give it up. So, I always like to keep 2 or 3 roosters in my flock, because that's what roosters are for. I mean, yeah, they're for fertilizing eggs, but that's why roosters are so brightly colored. They draw the attention of the hawk. And if you notice, they'll stand out in the middle of the field while the females are grazing. And they're the prime target, usually, of a hawk. I have one rooster I've had for a long time, and it's only because he's a scaredy cat. His girl got the other day. I got her out of the hawk hands, but he took off. like a bat out of hell. He didn't want anything to do with saving his girl, but he's still an okay rooster. I've had him for about 4 or 5 years now. It's always good to have several roosters in your flock. You know, one rooster for every 10 to 12 hens is a good ratio. Um, you know, this is my advice and my opinions. By no way is this the written law of taking care of chickens, but these are what I can tell you from my experience with, firsthand. I mean, what I've done and what works, not just hearsay or something that I've read. It's things that I've done. A lot of people say if you get a bunch of the black Australorps or some black copper marrons or some just black chickens, black sex links, that sometimes that works on keeping hawks away from the flock because they think that they associate the black chickens with crows. Now, I had a friend tell me this on Facebook. He said ever since he got about 10, I think he got 10 black Australorps, and he said ever since that, his hawk problem has been zip, gone. That's just a few things that I can tell you. But, that's just part of the dangers of free ranging. But some people say, well, I wouldn't free range my chicken. That's cruel to put them out and let them range, and be susceptible to predators. Well, I find that I've lost less chickens free ranging to predators than I did when I kept chickens caged. Because when you keep chickens caged, you constantly are out there fighting dirt and chicken manure. And when the chickens are in close quarters like that, they get sick a lot easier. So actually, I've lost more chickens keeping caged and roofed than I have free ranging. Chickens are pretty smart. As long as you've got things out there for them to run into for cover, bushes, shelters, carports, they can even run back into their coop, because I keep their coop open during the day so they can go in and out laying eggs. They're pretty good about running, they're pretty good about getting away from the hawks. My chickens stay on hawk alert all the time. Hawk season's almost over here, though. To me, the hawk season has lasted pretty long this year. Usually it's over by now, but once the hawks go, then you've got, sometimes an owl will come out early evening, late afternoon. I've had an owl get a duck before. My ducks free range, and I've got them trained to go into their bed at night. It's an amazing thing. I love my poultry. I love my chickens. And I hope that this little bit of information I'm telling you, because the cold weather snaps came in, will help you, a little bit. Um, this is just advice from an old poultry farmer. Been around chickens my whole life. I was raised with them out with my grandparents. And then after I got this land, like I said in an earlier video, I was like, why not? They brought me so much joy as a child. I want them now. And they're great. They give you a reason to get up in the morning. They give you a reason not to slouch down on the couch too early in the evening, because you got to go and close them up. And, you go out and gather your eggs, and the chicks are born. It gives you motivation. I just think it's a good thing for young and older people, even people with disabilities. I'm getting ready to have a back surgery, and I have problems walking, but I've got a roller mower, and I'm rolling around out here on the terrain, and I'm still able to get out there. So, thank you for listening. Please like my video. Please subscribe. I really like to see what I can do here. I'm actually thinking about upgrading on my phone so I can get better camera quality and some effects into my videos. But thank you for listening to Berties Birds.